Hey, it's me, LaShanda Henry here, creator of SisterSense.com, the place where I help you make sense of making money online. So right now you're watching my new video series. It's called Sister Sense Out Loud. Basically, I take some of the best blog posts that I have written to help webpreneurs out there learn about money and marketing and read them to you. This is what I like to call remembering to remind myself of those marketing strategies that I've created. Basically, what that means is, we consistently learn new things, but sometimes it doesn't sink in. It just kind of goes through one ear and out the other. Generally, it's because of a number of reasons. We're stuck in our own ways. Sometimes it takes us a while to kind of understand how to implement a specific strategy. So essentially, I like to remember what I told myself to do consistently so that I can see progress in my business. So maybe you've read this before, but again, Sister Sense Out Loud is always about going back, finding those very valuable nuggets of information and remembering them again because maybe you forgot them, or maybe now you're in a place where you can hear them really better, or I should say you can hear them clearly now. So, all right, today's Sister Sense Out Loud topic is my post entitled, Take This Quiz, Why People Don't Buy Your Stuff Online. Now, this is a big topic for newbie webpreneurs, when you're trying to get your stuff off the ground and you've tried a couple of things and you're saying to yourself, well, why isn't it working? Why aren't people buying my stuff? So I created this how-to quiz, and I just kind of want you to sit down and answer a couple of really simple questions and then figure out, well, is this me? Am I guilty of any of these things? And what can I change? How can I change? All right, so here's the post. The web is full of marketing solutions for internet entrepreneurs. But if you ask me, the only thing most online entrepreneurs really want to know is why people are not buying their stuff. Making more sales and more money is real talk what we all want, which is why I decided to create this quiz. This is actually just a series of questions that I want you to ask yourself. You can answer the questions in your head, but I think it's best you write them down. I personally like to get my thoughts out of my head and see them on paper. This makes the process more real and easier to compute. Here are the questions. Okay, number 1. Have you ever bought something from me? Seriously, that's the first question. Okay, so this is not a sales pitch. You will understand this question soon enough. Again, have you ever bought something from me, LaShanda, aka Sister Sense? Number 2, if your answer to number 1 is no, then skip this part, okay? But if it's yes, if you have purchased something from me, I want you to answer these questions. How long did you follow me before you bought something? What did you buy? What motivated you to make your purchase? And was it something I said or something that you heard? Number 3, if you never bought something from me, I want you to give 1 to 3 reasons why you did not. And essentially, this is probably could be that you never heard of me before, you don't know my stuff, a couple of things like that. But just give yourself an opportunity to think about these questions. So, all right, that is the entire quiz. Really fast, huh? Let's talk about your answers. At first, you might think your response is all about me and me trying to pitch you stuff, but seriously, no. You'll get the idea of where this is going soon enough. If you have never bought something from me, I want you to think about why. Are you not familiar with my products or services? Do you not think you can afford them? Do you not trust me? Don't you know what I have or what I'm presenting to you? Don't you find the value in what I'm offering? Do you say, I'd love to get all her stuff, but I don't want it for that price. I'm waiting for a discount, or I want to get it all for free. Now, here's the thing. You can be 100% honest because no one else knows the real truth here but you. I want you to seriously think about these questions and then write down your answers, because why you haven't bought from me is exactly why other people aren't buying from you. Now, as simple as this concept is, believe it or not, when I say most web entrepreneurs don't get it, most people think that even though they are not buying other people's stuff online, other people are going to buy their stuff. They honestly believe that their buying patterns are significantly different from the target audience they're trying to reach on the net. But here's the big news. It's not. The same things that are holding you back from buying from me or anyone else online are the same things that are holding other people back from buying from you. Hope that makes sense. Now, let's say you have bought something from me. Yay! Let's talk about that. How long did it take you to buy something? Have you been lurking in my circle for years trying to figure out, is she legit? Does she know what she's talking about? Or is she just another person trying to take my money? Did you wait for a deep discount and say, well, I see that that's how much you is charging, but I'm going to wait for her to like just kind of knock off 50% before I buy this? Did you hear someone say, you got to try this, you got to work with LaShanda? Or is it something in my marketing that spoke to you or more motivated you to buy? I know for a couple of people, they'll say, I've been following you and I've been reading your emails, but hey, I saw you in Essence and I was like, I am ready to buy. So what motivated you to finally get something that I offer? If you followed me for 2 years before you bought, if you went into circles trying to figure out, okay, well, I know she has all this stuff, but what do I purchase? And then you said, okay, I'm going to buy this. If you kept your ear to the ground and waited to hear what other people had to say about me until you really trusted me before you bought something, then know this, in big capitals, know this. That is exactly what people are doing with respect to you, your products, and your services. It is no different. Whether you bought from me or not, you have got to understand. People online are just like people offline. They're not going to buy because let's see here. See, this is what happens when you're reading, right? They're not going to only buy what you want them because you want them to buy it. The internet isn't a magical space where money flows out of the people's pockets and into your own. So how do you make money then? How do I make money if you aren't buying from me? Who's buying from me? What does that process look like? Well, here's that's a couple of answers to that question. That is, first and foremost, the real question you should be asking yourself, okay? The answer on the surface is one I am sure you have heard. You have to build relationships, you have to build your buzz, you have to build your brand. Those are the common things that people are saying. But, excuse me, what does all that really mean? You hear these things all the time, but how do you put those words and those prophecies into practice? Well, perhaps after reading a few articles and or listening to some marketing gurus on YouTube, like maybe you're watching one of my videos on YouTube, you think, I got it, I understand how to do this. But unless you're actually making money, I have to say, seriously, no, you don't get it. You can watch a couple of videos, you can maybe even look at some people's stuff or look at my stuff and say, I get it, I get what she's doing. But unless I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing, unless you're implementing and you can say you've learned from your own personal experiences and lessons, you do not get it yet. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things I've learned, okay? Because I don't want you to make the mistake, again, of one, not realizing how similar your customers are to you, how similar your buying patterns are. And two, I don't want you to make the mistake of thinking you can kind of superficially follow or watch people's videos and then say, I got it. I didn't have to spend any money. I don't need coaching. I don't need somebody to really teach me this stuff. I can just look at it from the surface and get it. A couple of lessons learned. Getting folks to buy means several things. One, it means being patient. The internet is not a give it today, get it today space. It becomes that kind of space when, like me, you've been online for a couple of years. People know your business, you're established, you have old customers that come back, you have old customers that refer new customers to you. You can do different things to get new customers to trust you. But when you're just starting up, you've got to be patient. A lot of times people come on my space and they go, LaShanda, I need you to tell me how to make money because I needed money yesterday. Businesses don't do that. Not online, not offline. It doesn't work that way. Now, not getting pissed off when you share your stuff with everybody and nobody buys, that's a challenge. I'm going to be honest with you. I have to remember to remind myself that even as big as my circle is, sometimes you put stuff out there and nobody buys, but that's the luck of the draw. That's business. Knowing exactly when and what people want to buy is essential. You can't just say this is a passion product. I'm not going to be that person to tell you, yeah, ladies, it's all about the passion. Look, if your passion's not profitable, kick it aside and keep it moving. Knowing how much people in your target audience are willing to pay for what you are willing to sell. Listen, I see this all the time. People have a bunch of stuff and they're overpricing or they're underpricing.